know, we're living in a day and age now where violence is out of control. Teacher, you're a security guard. You're on a campus with 3,200 kids, and I'm not making this up. You have maybe 4 security guards to handle 3,400 kids, and you can verify this because I'm talking about A-League ISD. You have Hastings, that's right here, that's 3,200 kids. You have L6 right here, that's 3,200 kids. You have the 9th grade center, that's another at least 22,000. You have the other 9th grade center, that's another. So come on, do the math, guys. In total, you have about 20 people to protect, okay? We know what's going on with these schools. Think about the teachers, the most unpaid, unappreciated, unprotected profession out there. This is the question. And this law has passed in a little some town in Texas, guys. Let me get back with you the exact town. Since the rate of violence against teachers in school shootings has increased, should teachers be allowed to bring guns to school? Think about it, guys. I set it up for you before you just say no. Think about what's going on. I'm not saying I'm for it, guys, but I want to put you in the mindset because I believe we're in a society where people really don't know what's going on in the classroom. They're judging, they're saying no, but you have to go day to day. So really, and I'm there, so I know.
Well, what do you think?
What do I think? I'm a kid.
Oh, okay. Well, me personally, what I think, I think no, because that's going to open up a whole other can of worms with teaching how we're going to school, shooting somebody's kid. That's going to put in more liability state. Now, what will fix all this, it starts at home, period. My opinion. When they took Pound out of school, that's when they went crazy. When they knew that they couldn't touch you, they could dial 911 on you, that's when they went crazy. Because if I go to jail for whooping my child, I'm going to tell the judge, you got your boo whoop, that's why you're a judge. I'm going to whoop hers.
Amen.
We have a comment over here.
Yeah, I teach at Hastings, and so, but no, you can't have guns in schools from any kind of person except a police officer. It's not even the fact that, the teachers are human too, and they do have anger issues, but that's not even the biggest thing. I mean, I've had kids when I'm not looking going to my desk. I mean, if they pull out a gun, we all stuck. Yeah, we all. I mean, that's crazy. So you can't do that. There's just no way you can have a kid. We have the problem in school. When kids bring guns in school, that's a problem. But now you have a problem in school. The gun in school, a bunch of kids running around. They're gonna find a way to get that gun. They know you got a gun. They're gonna find a way to get that gun. They're gonna. And school shootings not in that much. I mean, you're talking about out of all the nation, millions of kids. You might have 10 school shootings a year, maybe. So I mean, what's the percentage? Like 0.000. That's a small number.
I'm sorry, I'm new. I was just going to make a comment. I was studying, I'm doing yoga abroad next month, and so it's kind of a blanket general just sentence. I've seen everything in the news, and all of it across the board is wrong. It makes me very sick. And instead of pointing fingers, what I can say is I've noticed that the way we treat people, the way we treat each other, the way we drive on the road, we have a lack of compassion, a lack of caring for other people's needs or wants, and all we look at is what we don't have, and we don't sit down and appreciate it. So therefore we take our freedom, we take a lot of things for granted, and we take other people, so we put labels on people that aren't even true before we even know who they are. We just look and say that person is that. And so it produces hate. With hate, all you have is hate. And I don't see love and compassion, just the basics. So we want to fix the problem, but we're not even looking at what the real issue could be. Do we even love ourselves enough or love this life we're living? Or are we just getting up and just existing, just to be?
Awesome. You have another comment? Go ahead, that's fine.
Okay.
Talk away. I'm all
Just
about
based on-
conversation.
Okay, based on what you said, you have to understand the upbringing. What affects your beliefs is your environment that you've been around. If you have been brought up in an environment that don't demonstrate love, don't demonstrate respect, then that child is going to be a lost child. Remember back in the day when kids were having kids. That's when that took place. You have to understand, what shaped your beliefs. People that speak into your life experiences, environment that you brought up in, that shapes your beliefs. So if you're in the wrong environment and the wrong people speak into your life, that's how you're going to grow up. Then you will have that road rage, that anger, that hate like that. That's why I say it starts at home.
And it starts as an adult. We have to decide what we want. Because if we turn around and say, that's true, because if I turn around and say my childhood did this, then we would all be just, and that's kind of just that blanket two words was we're blaming everything, but we're not looking at.
Career challenges. We have not been taught how to think. That's the challenge.
We don't motivate ourselves
Men don't
with
think.
I mean, we don't feed our brains.
School teach us credit. School teach us what to think. School teach us what to believe and what to learn. They don't teach us how to be respectful adults. School take that away from you and put you in a box. That's really, go to the internet, look for the Parisha system. It's called the dummy down system. I'm serious. That's where our school system comes from. You'll be amazed.
Awesome, guys. So
Let's have a show of hands.
Yeah.
Of how many people think you should have guns, the teachers should be bringing guns to school. How many think teachers have
I
guns
want
in
you to
school?
talk about that. Tell us, Miss Bianca.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Get
Why
ready
you
for the day.
why you feel that way?
Or you?
I say this. I say
Should or shouldn't?
I say
Should.
at least put it on the table because here's a really interesting statistic, and this is kind of crazy, but back in the Wild West days, there was actually less crime back in those days, and there were more people carrying guns. So I'm not saying definitively yes, but what I am saying is at least put it on the table and let's look at a few factors.
Amen. We have a comment right here. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can get the fans. Miss Celebrity.
I was just going to say, back when I was in high school, before we could even enter the school, security would have to check our book bag. And we have to go through the detective system and everything. But I don't know why they don't enforce that here. Because some of the schools that some of the high schools that I've been at, you can just walk in through locker checks.
They do random locker checks, but we don't have a metal detector.
Yeah. I think if more schools had that, then maybe the problem would decrease.
All detectors aren't going to get the ones that are plastic and made on a 3D printer.
I'm thinking about the ramification. Are you thinking about the ramification of a teacher or educator having a gun and a child pull one and that educator protect themselves and shoot that child? You understand the lawsuits and no, you don't open that can of worms. I don't think you want to, but I mean, come on. Just think about that. A teacher with a gun.
Come on, Bianca, time to make your own man. Come on. Everyone is welcome here.
I just feel like the teachers, the educators should be allowed to carry firearms, but I think it should be at a standpoint where nobody should know about it. Like it should just be like a thing that only the people who like work for the school know to carry a firearm. And if you do carry a firearm, you should have like some type of like a gun chest or something. Because that's the here's the deal. Like where I come from, in order to get a gun, you have to go get training for it. So you're not just shooting blindly. You're only allowed to use it in certain situations, like you're being threatened, like somebody's about to kill you. So you tell me if you come to my classroom, if I'm a teacher and I got 30 children I'm protecting, and you're gonna try to shoot me and my kids, and I can't shoot you? Nah, baby, you're going down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, sorry, but I'm not sorry. Like, no, and your family's gonna try to sue me because your child was crazed and covered up to shoot up the school. No, I don't care. I mean, I should, but I don't because my life, my classroom children's life are in danger too. So I do feel like at some point, like maybe not every educator should have the guns in their room. Maybe there should be like a designated one that should be allowed to carry the firearm, but I think there should like change because I mean it's to a point where it's almost like it's getting out of control. Like I mean when I was in high school and going to school anyway, we went through metal detectors, we have drug dogs, police there on campus, and we never had this situation ever. And so I don't understand where the whole breakdown comes. People just coming up and shooting us and banging. I remember when Columbine happened. I was like, what the heck? Like it goes back to the families, their mom and dad checking their stuff. Like, they didn't know what the hell their kids were doing. Like, I couldn't close the door at my daddy's house. You know what? He takes the door off the hinges. Like, no, you don't pay any bills, baby girl. No, but whatever.
Awesome, guys. One more question before we kind of move on. Now, I want to do this one because the purpose, like I told you guys, I am a natural connector. My purpose for being here today was for you all to connect and get to know people. I'm not from Houston. I came from New Orleans. If you're not from New Orleans or if you've never been, New Orleans was a neighborhood type of city. So everybody knew everybody. When you saw someone, it was hi. So for me to come to Houston and to go into a workforce with people or to be in neighborhoods where I said hi and people looked at me like I was crazy on a daily basis, I had to get used to the Houston culture. And one thing that is beautiful about networking that what a lot of people miss is the relationship part about it. My goal for bringing you all today is for you to hopefully meet someone that you can develop a relationship with. That's what it's about. I'm all about community and connecting. So with that being said, with the last one we're going to end on is about friendship. Okay? You accidentally overhear a conversation where your best friend didn't defend nor stop someone who was talking badly about you. Would you end the friendship because of that? Why or why not? We have a new. You're gonna let her.
I share a personal experience. I moved to Houston back in '75, and the first friend I met, we've been best friends ever since. So that's like 30-something years. And I was going through some changes, and I thought she was my friend calling me, being concerned and wanting to help me and, being sympathy and all of that. But then come to find out, she was only calling me to get information from me so she can go gossip with other people. And I didn't find out about it until I went to a function, and this other person approached me, a mutual friend, and she said something that I know only that my best friend could have told her. And it's like, well, wow, she didn't really care about me at all. She just wanted to gossip. And so she had called me again the next day. Well, how you doing? How's it going? You okay? And I had to think for a minute. I wanted to cuss her out, until I found out what she was doing. But, I said, well, no, I'm all right. So I'm still friends with her. So I didn't really end the friendship, but I just kept my distance from her and know where my place is with her. So, some friends are really not your friends, but you just have to know who to keep your distance from.
I don't see a name tag. Give me your name.
Karen.
Karen, let me ask you a question. Why you didn't end the friendship?
Well, because we've been friends for decades, and that was something that I did not want to lose, because we did have some good times, but as you get older, you tend to grow apart. And so she went in one direction and I went the other direction, but that doesn't mean we still can't be friends.
Right.
So, yeah.
Awesome. We have Ms.
Well, first you have to understand what a friend is. Friend is a first special thing that pushes you towards your destiny. A foe is a first special thing that keeps you from your destiny. If that's your friend and you hear them talking about you, that's not your friend. There's something that's called constituents and compadres. A constituent imitates like a friend until it becomes to a part benefit them. And the minute it don't benefit them, they're gone. So you have to know who your true friend is and what a friend is. There's a lot of people around you right now pretending to be your friends, but really not your friends. But when you find that out, do you end it? Me, I did. 20 years friendship. Get out of my bed, help this guy. anytime he needed help. See, I was his friend, but he wasn't my friend. You have to remember that. A lot of people you friends with, but they're not really your friend. So once that's identified, then it's up to you to make a decision. I chose to end it. Why do I want someone in my circle that don't have my back? My opinion.
I was just going to comment, that's really true, because we all have circles, and I was in a networking event the other day, like a marketing, talking about business and personal, and we all build relationships in business, and in personal we have our closer ones. They move to the outside of your circle, but they don't, I don't like that word, deserve. They don't generate as much buy-in from you. You don't tell them what you're doing, you give them generic information. And then I read something else to get over a hurt that I had, and it said we're going to meet a lot of people in our lifetime. It's not going to be known at first who they really are to us, but if it's a bad experience, chalk it up to they were your emotional trainer, and it made you stronger in your destiny. And use it, and try to find something positive. Anything, whatever, just something. Or a reason of a Coke and a smile, or
well, I think whatever situation you're in, it depends on what actually helps you in terms of your health, what feels comfortable for you at that time. And I've learned over the course of time, I used to burn bridges, but that wasn't the way to do it. What helped me was this form, and I applied it to my life. It says everyone can't be in your front row. Some of you might have heard it. It reads this: life is a theater, so invite your audiences carefully. No, not everyone is holy enough or healthy enough to have a front row seat in our lives. There's some people in your life that need to be loved from a distance. It's amazing what can be accomplished when you let go or at least minimize your time with drained, negative, incompatible, not going anywhere relationships, friendships, fellowships, and family. Everyone can't be in your front row. Observe the relationships around you. Pay attention to which ones lift and which ones lean. Which ones encourage and which ones discourage. Which ones are on the path of growth uphill and which ones are going downhill. When you leave certain people, do you feel better or worse? Which ones always have drama and don't really understand, know, and appreciate you and the gifts that lies in you? Everyone can't be in your row. The more you seek God and the things of God, the more you seek quality, the more you seek the hand of God, but the face of God. The more you seek things honorable, the more you seek growth, peace of mind, love, truth around you. The easier it becomes for you to decide who gets to sit in the front row and who should be moved to the balcony of your life. Everyone can't be in your front row. You cannot change people around you, but you can change the people you're around. Ask God for wisdom and discernment and choose wisely the people who sit in your front row. Remember, front row seats are for special, deserving people. Those who sit in your front row should be chosen carefully. Everyone can't be in your front row.
What is that?
I know.
Everyone can't sit in your front row, and it's an unknown.
Amen. Well said. I think that really is a character flaw, you know, and I think that when people gossip and they have these different things, it comes because maybe they were broken at some part in area in their life. They have brokenness inside them that needs to be healed and needs to be corrected, and that needs to be fixed first. And I am actually a part of an organization that does that, and I think I was talking to Susan earlier, and she is as well. And I think that, for men and women, sometimes we, in order to be and to excel and to be the people that we were meant to be and to succeed in our lives, we've got to fix that core, those core issues, to really flourish and be, who we're meant to be. So, yeah. Amen. That was great.
We have a comment.
I read this beautiful quote. I think it was on Facebook or Instagram. Yes, I'm like the teenagers. I'm just joking. It said, you should live a life whereas if someone is talking bad about you to someone, they would say they wouldn't believe it. So with that being said, I feel like if that's my friend, I feel like if someone talks about me, you should be able to say, no, that's not the Kiwanda I know. Because I feel like if you sit there, and even if you don't say anything because you're afraid of the repercussions that may come to you, because let's be real, they got some crazy people out here, and you might be afraid to say something, but I'm going to feel like you agree with that person. Because when it comes to my friends, and if I hear somebody say something about them, I'm going to say, that's not the bond I know. That's not the the Sherrod I know. That's not the Julie I know. And if my friends can't do the same for me, you're out of here.